Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Ayutthaya. And what we're going to take a look at is we're going to take a look at one of the best temples that are here in the former capital. And this is one that's over by the train station. It's not too far away from that, but most tourists don't come over here to it. And it's a shame because this temple is fantastic. This temple is Wat Maheyong, and it was built, I think, by Ayutthaya King Sam Phraya in like 1438. And it has like a cheddi that has some elephants around it, and that's kind of similar to what you see like in Kampeng Pet or Sisa Chanalai. And I think it was restored in 1709 by Tai Sa, one of the other Ayutthaya kings. And this temple is absolutely fantastic. Now it is one of the pay sites. You have to come over here. There's a booth behind me. It's 50 baht just to come to this site, or you could pay 220 and go to the 6 main temple ruins here in the old capital. And anyway, we're going to go and we're going to check this out and see what we see. Now it is 10 baht for the Thais, or if they do all of them, I think it's like 40 baht. And then back over in here is really cool. It's like a Buddhist meditation center, and it is the modern part of Wat Mayong. And the Thais will come over here and they will sit and like meditate for like a week. They'll do all their things right here. Anyway, let's go down in here. Now for me, I just came over on the motorcycle. You can see it right there. And you're greeted by one of the coolest sights right here. You have this like walkway of the royals that's right here, and that's the way that enters into the temple. Yeah, how cool is this? This is the little walkway that you would have taken, and it's got some little bell-shaped cheddis on both sides of this little walkway. Now back in the old days, this would have had plaster on it, and these would have went up to like a little prong shaped. But check out how they did those bricks right there, and it would have been covered in plaster like you see over here. Yeah, this is amazing. This is one of the coolest sights that you see here in the old city. Now this temple is open from 8:30 until 4:30. They close the gate at 4:30, so you got to get over here before then. I think the ones on the main part of the island are open till 6:30. I could be wrong, but I think they're open a little bit later than this one over here. Now check this out. They did this, all this styling all the way down, and this was covered in the plaster. And then they had, you see, it looks like a little triangle up on top. Yeah, very cool. And that would have led you right into this main hall. And over here we had a small little wihan that's just down to the base, and then you can see that cheddi. And over this way is, I think, Wat Chang. There's another temple. You can see the cheddi over there. I've been to it. It's been probably 3 years or so since I was over there at that one. I'll come back over here one of these days probably and fly the drone around. You can see there's just several of these massive cheddis. And what I really like about this temple is this wall. The wall is fantastic. The best part is the elephants that we'll see up ahead here. But let's go in here and let's look at this big, huge hall right now. Yeah, when you came down, there is this humongous ordination hall right here. And you can see the little pedestals over there for the, looks like the Buasima stones. And then it has this nice wall around it. You can see the pattern that they did here to make these into an octagon. And then this is the little shrine here. The Buddha's had his head like cut off or whatever, and the arms are missing, but they still stick the flowers here. And this would have had a gigantic image sitting right here at one time that's all gone. This is really a nice temple. You could see like the small little rectangular windows. They would have been pretty small with the high ceiling. Would have been a little darker in here, but wouldn't have been too bad, I don't think. Then over here they would have had some of the smaller images that would have been seated around the big Buddha. And then this would have probably been those like two disciples facing towards the main image. And then we have like the base of a couple other pieces over here. You can see parts of them, like the lap and the legs and stuff. Okay, let's go back and we'll look at the big cheddi now. You can see how much of the plaster they had here. So there might have been like, this would have definitely been painted white. There might have been murals painted on the walls in here. which if so, this would have been something to really to see. Now the old days, they had murals and they put them in a book, but then whenever they started building these big halls like this, they put windows in, and it allowed people to come in here, and it opened up like these huge canvases for, you know, the scenes of the Jataka. So the Ayutthaya temples, they would paint the murals on the inside of it so everybody could see them, not just the monks that were looking at them. And then this is the outside. What a colossal hall. And you see the styling up above the doors. And then these like kind of faux columns, and they would have went up to the peak, and they would have had a lotus flower up on the top. And you can see how it was styled all along the bottom here. The same here, they had the faux columns going up. I really like seeing the Ayutthaya styled temples. And you can see how they did the little pedestals for these Buasima stones. These are made out of sandstone, and they have 2 of them over here, which showed it was a royal temple. And there might have been a second one here at one time, but it's missing. But I really like how they did these. These, you see various styles of them. Some of them had like a little arch over the top of them, and others just have the stone sitting here. And you can see how this was here on the back. Looks like those notches up there would have had some cross beams that would have came out here for this little balcony. What a massive structure. And the wall is fantastic also. I really like the styling of it. And now this is the, I don't know, maybe the main part of the temple, the biggest highlight, because it has something that is a little bit different that you don't normally see. And that is all of these elephants. And this is the Sri Lankan style cheddi. And then it has several other small little auxiliary cheddis and stuff like that here also. Yeah, so how cool is this? So you see all the little elephants. And then this would have been all the styling. This would have been a rail across the top here. And then these elephants would have had their tusks, the eyes, all the detail. And then there would have been an image in this little lotus thing right here, kind of back behind the elephant. And then they had the little columns and stuff. Most of the elephants are in pretty bad shape. This one here, you can see like a little bit of the head and the eyes and where the ears would have been. See if we can find one that's in the best shape here. Maybe this one over here. So you can see a little bit of the eyes, and you can see how it was like a hollow core. Very cool. I think the best ones of these that I've seen were in Kampang Pet, and they were unbelievable. They were life-size elephants. They weren't small like this right here. And you can see just all these elephants. Now there's 20 on each side, and then there's the little niches above them that had 20 Buddha images. So there was a total of 80 elephants and 80 Buddhas around this little bell-shaped cheddi. And then you can see here another cool cheddi right out here in the corner. Now this one here might be a little better shaped. You can see the ears, how they had the styling on the ears, and then the patterns all down the front. And this would have been painted. It would have been just absolutely amazing. I mean, just think about it. You're a farmer. You're out here in this area, and you go to town to go to the temple, and you come here and you see something like this. It would have just been absolutely amazing. Definitely different than looking at rice all day. All right, now let's go up in. Oh, this is nice here. That's where the image would have been in. Okay, let's go up in here and let's look at this bi-level cheddi now. And they have this little area here to walk, and then they have the little niches right here also for the Buddhas. And then this is the finale. So at one time, this humongous thing of bricks right here was up there. I have no idea how long it's been down here, but I bet you it made a loud crash when it hit. Or did it at all? If a tree falls in the woods and nobody's around to hear it, did it make a sound? I don't know. Yeah, this is a massive, massive stone here. You can see all the small bricks and how they built it, and then they had a hollow core, and then had all the plaster on the outside. So there were guys that had the bamboo scaffolding, and they were up there setting the bricks and then plastering it and painting it and everything. And you can see a little bit of what's left of some of those images. And then this is a nice example of the little niche that they would have had. And then all the lotus flowers, everything there. A little square up there, and then that would have went into that little curved finale all the way up to the point. Yeah, looking around here, really a cool temple. Oh, and then over there we got some elephants. So the floating market is right over there, and you can see where the elephants are underneath that little building. So they go out there and they ride around on that Wat Maheyong. And here's another one of the smaller auxiliary cheddis. Some of the stones that were up there on the top. And then there's just a whole series of them across the way here around this ubasot. Now there's another building outside of the wall right out there. I don't know if that was the Wehan or what, because this just has this big huge building, unless it had those two small buildings that by the entrance were the Wehans. But I thought they were supposed to be on the other side of the principal cheddi. But I don't know, they might have had a reason for doing it in this configuration. Yeah, here's another one of the bell-shaped cheddis, just to the north of this humongous hall. And so it looks like there would have been maybe a walkway around here. You see those little notches up there in the brick? They would have had a roof coming off to the side, which would have gave you like a little walkway around that building. And then we have another cheddi over here that still has a little bit of the styling around there in the middle, and then the bell up at the top. Yeah, you can see there's still a lot of detail left here. A little bit of the plaster work, little tree growing there. You can see right there on those corners, and you can see the lotus flowers there. Yeah, really a nice building. And then over here's the base. So this might have been one of the two Wehans. There's another one on the other side with a humongous ordination hall. They have a stairwell, so the relic chamber is up there, but they have a sign, "Do not climb." I'd stick my head in the relic chamber and see what it looks like. Check out that outer wall, and then this is the base of a small little building. And then the last little cheddi over there. You can see the styling would have been the Ayutthaya styling also here. Now in this area, there's a couple other really cool temples. Probably one of my favorite ones in this side of town is Wat Maheyong. And it's just maybe like a kilometer away from here. And there used to be settlements here before Ayutthaya. There used to be some Dawadi settlements over in this area. And then they built all the other stuff from Ayutthaya on top of all of those old ruins. Yeah, so this must have been either a shrine or a small little Wehan. Right in the middle of all of those, and then you can see that humongous ordination hall. Yeah, really a nice temple. Well, that'll finish up our video over here at this early 15th century temple, Wat Maheyong. This is absolutely beautiful. I really like this temple. Those elephants are really cool, and I just like the size of the ordination hall that's right here. It's a really well-preserved temple. I don't know how much of it was destroyed whenever the Burmese sacked the area, but it was abandoned, and as you see it, it's just a ruin out here now. But anyway, it's worth your time. If you're over here near the train station, pop over here and take a look at this. The tuk-tuk guys can bring you right over here. It wouldn't be too far, and I would recommend it if you're here. Definitely check this out. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and stick around, and you're notified when I post a new video. And if you have any questions or comments, ask me down below. Or if you've been here, let me know what you thought, if you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you know more about the temple, also tell me. I would be happy to learn a little bit more. I'm always happy to learn more details that I don't know. And I also sometimes forget to say a few things. So if you know more, definitely say it down below. And subscribe, stick around, and if you're notified, then you're notified if I post a new video. And until next time, from over here at Wat Mayong in Ayutthaya, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.